When I was a night tech, I was fine. I became a better tech when I started working the day shift. I became a better tech when I started interacting with patients. I became a better tech when I developed sleep apnea myself. And I became a better tech last night when I awoke this morning
to thunderous farting.
That's right, Papper people. I had my first bout of aerophagia. If you don't know what aerophagia is, it is when you basically swallow air. Air goes into your stomach and your stomach bloats. Now it's got to go somewhere. If you're lucky, you burp. If you're unlucky or are looking for party tricks that night, you have thunderous farting. So far this morning, I've chosen both. Let's see.
Excuse me, Johnson.
Yeah.
While you're trying to prepare for your next shot, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I went to CPAPsupplies.com. I used discount code left at 20, and I saved a lot of money.
Okay, I don't see what the problem is. Are you almost done?
The problem is I have too much money left over, Johnson. So now my wallet is too big, and when I sit down, it makes my back hurt.
Okay, I don't see what the problem is.
I've also found it to be too convenient that if I don't like a mask or it doesn't fit well, I can just return it. It's too easy, Johnson.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying what the problem is.
I just wanted you to know that maybe they're too good for you because you are just a cat channel, and that they should probably smarten up and drop you.
It is true. Check out CPAPSupplies.com. And for sure, let them know Lanky sent you. Back to the video. All right, so what causes aerophagia and what can you do to prevent it? Now let's talk about why I had aerophagia last night. I did like the unholy triad. Basically everything you can do to make it worse, I made it worse, and it happened. First, let's talk about your upper esophageal sphincter. That is your northern butthole. It is a circular muscle that prevents air from going into your stomach. It closes off your stomach when you're breathing. When you swallow it, it opens up. When you're not swallowing, it should remain closed, but air will get in there. Stomach bloats, you gotta fart, you gotta burp. Now, if you have something like gastroesophageal or reflux disease, you're gonna have damage to your sphincter. It's gonna take time for that to heal. Sometimes increasing the pressure on CPAP makes it worse. Sometimes you just have to let it heal at a lower pressure. Unfortunately, that's a difficult one. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But in general, bi-level really helps with that, either long-term or temporarily. Eating way too much before bedtime, that's the big one. That's the main issue right there. Now, I'll tell you, this is the season for pumpkin pie. My son and I kind of competitive eat. Now, as a hungry fat man, I'm not gonna take that. So last night I was wrapping presents, going to bed at like midnight, past midnight, and I look in there and I say, man, there's just one piece of pie left. Let me gobble that baby down before I go to bed. Huge mistake. That set the stage for some aerophagia. Now, another thing is sleeping position. Now, this has been controversial in the past. I've done a video on it. If you have your chin slightly tucked to your chest, I'm not saying like this, just a slight tuck. Try to swallow. It's difficult. Try to breathe. You can still breathe. That difficulty swallowing means you're gonna have a difficult time getting that into your stomach, but you're still able to breathe. Just a slight tuck, don't overdo it. That can be definitely helpful. Last night, I had my head splayed back like I was a spatchcock turkey. Head fully flopped back on a pillow. Now, if you've ever taken CPR, you know not to overextend the head because when you give breath, it's gonna go into the stomach. Same thing if you're on CPAP. Strike two. And the next thing is too great a pressure. I'm gonna contradict myself in just a minute. If you have too much pressure, that's gonna force air into your stomach. Now, last night I was trying a different product. I have my set pressure. I had increased it the night before, no aerophagia, increased it again, no problems, increased it again. And I was still able to actually prevent mouth leaking and aerophagia. I increased it again, and I finally met my match. So I had way too high a pressure. This is gonna force air into your stomach. See, burping. Now what can you do about that? Like I said before, you can add bi-level, higher inspiratory pressure, lower expiratory pressure. If you don't have a bi-level machine, this is a great time to enable EPR. That's your expiratory pressure relief. If you're unfortunate and you have a Philips Respironics device, go ahead and turn on that C Flex Plus setting. That's going to give you the most relief. That is another way to resolve Aerophagia. Now there's a product I'll be bringing up later that can also eliminate Aerophagia. It does a great job at keeping it at bay. I'm going to talk about that in another video. I still want to do some testing before I talk about it. Now, I said I was going to contradict myself. Sometimes if you're at too low a pressure, just spoke to a guy last night. Oh God, I'm going to find a way to work it in through my website, AXG Sleep Diagnostics. Check it out for a PAP therapy analysis using Oscar. He was on an extremely low pressure. He was on 7/4. I say 7/4 because he had EPR set to 3. That's a very low pressure. Now looking at his data, it was very clear he needed a much higher pressure. He was suffering from Aerophagia. That really shouldn't be possible. I asked him if he had GERD. Nah. What happens, especially with someone using a full face mask, and this is common, it's not just this guy, just reminding me of it, which is why I'm doing this video. If you're on too low of a pressure, you're gonna have periods of breathing where you're breathing less, and now during those periods of awakenings, you're gonna have to breathe. You're gonna wanna breathe. You're gonna breathe harder and faster. Now, when you have a full face mask, all that air can potentially get into your stomach. You're really opening up, trying to get air in. That's a great time for air to enter your stomach. So while being on too much pressure can certainly cause Aerophagia, it's usually a lot more pressure than you actually need. Another thing can be too little pressure, especially with a full face mask. Now, what else can you do to prevent Aerophagia? You can sleep on a wedge that's slightly inclined. If you just have a bunch of pillows, you can kind of set the pillows up so you're at a 25, 45 degree angle, head elevated from your chest and your abdomen. That's gonna encourage air to get out and even not go down in the first place. Any of you who have had kids, you know when you're trying to burp your kid, you kind of bring them forward, pat, pat, pat. Works for adults too. Now, like I said, you can buy a wedge online. If you do that, go ahead and use my Amazon affiliate link in the description box down below. But it's not something you have to buy. If you have pillows, you can certainly prop yourself up in the exact same way. Now, have you ever suffered from Aerophagia yourself? Let me know what you did about it in the comment section down below. Would love to hear what you have to say. Let me know what you think of my tips on how to eliminate Aerophagia. Oh my God, I'm telling you, the struggle's real. The farting stop, I'm honestly a little disappointed by that. It seemed more efficient, honestly. Guys, thanks for watching. If you appreciate this kind of content, subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up. It really helps a crap channel like mine. I appreciate all my Patreon supporters. I appreciate all the YouTube members, anyone that used my PAP therapy analysis at axgsleepdiagnostics.com. And also thank you so much to CPAPsupplies.com. Remember, use discount code LEFTY20 when checking out. Get 20% off your entire order. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks butter to Doug Toombs, Jason Georgiades, Patricia Espelong, Sarvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, Mona Swearingen, Chungtu Chen, Edward Steiner, and Shannon Kerr, and another slightly less thick thanks buddy to all the other YouTube members, Patreon supporters, and other stuff.